Guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. I'm back at Into Moto, and do you know what? This is like the third video on the bounce. I've got a very new model, a brand new bike, new to market, 2025 bike, and I'm going to be the first one to try it. So yeah, let's see what I'm on. I'm on a good run here. Here's today's bike. So this is the all new bike from Keeway. It's the XDV 125 and it's the Evo Pro. I like the looks of these bikes, I do. And this one is just standing out massively because you've got this lovely blue colour scheme with the gold wheels. Nice. Let's have a look around it the usual way. I'll throw some specs at you. I'll go through prices and technology and gadgets and gizmos and the usual stuff as we're going around. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. I really do like the colour. I think it just makes the bike stand out. You can see all these bikes around, but this is the one that gets your eye. Now the front of it, yeah, I think that'd grow on me, that. I like it. So just a typical scooter. It's on its centre stand, but it does have a side stand as well. And again, I'm kind of a bit pushed for space because Into Moto just keep getting bikes delivered. They've had another 4 dropped off while I've been here today. And there's always bikes coming in, so always the rumble of bike engines around here. You don't have the traditional step through. You haven't got anywhere to put any bags or shopping or anything like that, and you do have to throw your leg over it as opposed to sneaking your leg through. But that's the style of these bikes. They're made to look a bit off-roady, aren't they? Don't know whether I would ever take one off-road, but I think that's the style that they're going for. Now, I've already spotted a good thing, and that is the dual shocks on the back. So that should help for the suspension, for the comfort, like that. It's got the single disc at the front with a 2-piston caliper, and a single disc at the back with a 1-piston caliper. They have gone above and beyond with this bike. It hasn't got the CBS brakes, it's got ABS braking. So very good for the safety. I know we like the ABS. I certainly do. So this 125 motorcycle, it promises a maximum speed of 60 miles per hour or 95 kilometers per hour. It's a 4-stroke liquid cooled with 12 horsepower. Now horsepower figures go, yeah, again, it's not at the maximum 15, but it does say it will do 60 mile an hour. So yeah, I'm not really overly fussed anymore on horsepower figures because it's amazed me how some bikes perform better than the horsepower suggests. As far as the torque figure goes on this, it delivers 11.8 newton meters at 6,500 revs. It's got the full LED lights front and rear. Can't get my head around this, whether that's like a eyes and a mouth. Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, when you look at those pictures that psychologists show you and they say, what do you see? Honestly, I've started doing it, looking at the front of a motorbike, and I'm seeing like a fish's face. I mean, I'm a psychopath. I don't know. Don't know if this comes with a box, but it does have the rear rack on there, so there's potential to get a top box on it, so that is always good. The rear, or the seat, you can see it's got 2 tiers to it. So you've got your pillion seat at the back, really nice big size actually, that'll be really comfortable for someone. Nice big grab handles as well, and I like the way they've styled the rear foot pegs for the pillion. Just, yeah, I like that, like how they've done that, hidden them away. And the front seat, you've got quite a big area there as well, and I can see where it's going up slightly, So it is a case of shorter rider to the front, taller to the back, but this has got a high seat. 870mm seat height. So I know this is like a off-road type scooter, but that's an off-road type seat height as well. That's pretty tall. See how easy it is to get off the center stand. Not too bad actually. I mean, the bike itself weighs 145 kilograms, so as far as moving it about goes, it's relatively easy. But what I'm finding is the bike it feels chunky. It just feels a lot wider than your average scooter. Don't know whether it's, normally they have the wide seat, but then everything else goes in, whereas this, the seat's wide, but the body panels in front are wide. It just looks meaty, but I like it. Considering it says 870mm seat height, I'm at the front and I'm on tiptoes, so the suspension does dip a little bit. It doesn't actually feel that tall. Moving back on the seat, yeah, you're getting further up, but sat in my normal position, yeah, I'm more than happy. The weight is nicely balanced. I don't feel like it's gonna topple over on me while I'm on my tiptoes. If I move right to the back of the seat, then I am like a ballet dancer. I'm literally just the points of my toes. But 1 foot down, isn't it? That's how you do it. 1 foot down, keep your balance that way. In this position, I like the height of where you're putting your feet. It's not too high, not too low, and you have of course got a couple of different positions. You've got your foot straight down and you've got your stretched out cruiser peg for those faster roads. I like that. I like to be able to stretch my legs out while I'm riding. The seat is very wide though. You do feel yourself being properly spread out across it, but it feels comfortable. So we'll see what it's like on the ride very shortly. But I like it. Let's carry on. It's very adventure bike, the way it's got your buttons set up here, which is very unlike Keeways. You've got a horn, you've got your indicators. These do look like menu buttons, and there's back and set and all that, so we'll have a look at the screen in a minute and see what all of these do. But that is like unheard of. This is supposed to be a cheap Keeway. There is a light flash there as well. Right hand side, you've got your engine start, there's the engine cut off, and there's the hazard warning lights. This bike is keyless. Again, it's very un-Keeway like. They are making something here that appears to be just very unlike the usual stuff. They are making good bikes, they are making really good bikes, to be fair, if you consider the V-Cruise, the 125 and the 302. Great bikes, and they feel premium, but this, as far as tech goes, is just on a different level to what I've seen before from Keeway. So, keyless, let's press it, turn the ignition on. Oh, hello. That is a stunning screen. Again, that is the most un-Keeway thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Over the top good. You've got a fuel gauge, you've got your rev counter going around, you've got your speedo in the middle, there's engine temperatures, there's outside temperatures, there's trip computers, there's total miles, there is an, oh, it's got the, look at that, I like that, the phone can just concentrates on my finger, so it does have the engine stop start on there as well, so bit of fuel saving like that, and there's a clock. But that looks really nice. These buttons are all backlit as well. Since I've put the ignition on, you can see the glow around them. Again, that is a really nice touch for a bike like this. Amazing, in fact. I'm actually really impressed with the tech on this so far. Nice bit of under-seat storage as well there.
Can I just have a seat on that?
Manual there. Toolkit as well. But I can see, there's no point even grabbing a helmet. You can see it's going to fit one. It's a really good wide space there for a full face helmet, and you've got the room at the back as well. I like that. Good touch. And access to your fuel as well. It does have a 10-litre fuel tank as well, so on a 125 that is many miles of happy motoring. This bike costs £2,999. Now, for the type of bike it is, for the kit it's got on it, I would say that is cheaper than what you would expect. As far as the price goes, yeah, I'm gonna err on the side of, if I was looking at a comparable bike from one of the big manufacturers, yeah, you're adding a couple of £1,000 onto this price straight off the bat. You are. I can't say it's a bargain until I ride it and test it out for myself. Probably best to look at the screen from this angle. So you've got these little knobs at the side that pull out, and when they pull out, you can lift it up. Really easy to do, and I'm going to leave it in the upper position for my ride. Speaking of which, I'm going to go and grab my helmet now. I'm going to hit the road, see what it's like. I do like the looks of it, and thinking about the price, actually, the last bike that I went on, I've got to try and get the letters in order here, but it was the Sim MMBCU 125. That was exactly the same price as this. And I've got to say, the spec sheet on this and how the bike looks and everything, this for me appears to be a better bike, but they're the same price. So let's take it for a ride. Let me see if it rides as well as the Sim, because I do love the Sim. Let's go, stay with me. Turn this bike on. I like that, so you don't have to wait for all the screen to come on. Once you've turned the ignition on, the bike will start, but it does take a few seconds longer to then get the screen to come alive with all of the bits and bobs that you need. Yeah, I like the comfortable, oh, horn works. It does seem really quiet actually with the engine running. Ooh, it's doing my favourite thing as well. The slightest squeeze of the throttle and it's moving, so I like that. It's very much just like riding a big bike, the slightest touch. And considering this bike, it does feel physically bigger than other scooters like the XDVs and the ADVs and all that type of style. This, yeah, it does feel more like a motorbike size than a little scooter, but still decent turning circle. So let's see what it's like on the road. And you see literally just barely moving the throttle and we're away. Now this is oh, it's a funny one for me, this. It feels like the suspension on the back is working really well, so as far as like where my backside is, good. However, the front, the steering feels heavier than most scooters, and I don't know whether it's because it's got a chunkier wheel or tyre on, but it just feels a little bit heavier. It doesn't seem to be as light and as nimble as a few other scooters I've been on recently. But let's get it to 30. Yeah, 30 mile an hour comes up very, very quickly. Absolutely no mither with that at all. But I am noticing, if we do compare back to the last scooter video I did on the Sim MMBCU 125. Oh, it's a mouthful, that bike. But that bike does feel noticeably quicker than this one. This one does feel a little bit sluggish in comparison. It doesn't have the same like whiz and zoom about it that the Sim had. The brakes on this feel alright actually, and I didn't mention it on the walk round, but the brake levers feel to be quite chunky, like chunkier than your average brake levers, and I can see these are adjustable as well, so if you've got big hands, little hands, you're alright. Keeway sorted you out. When I say it's heavy at the front, it's not like something that puts me off. It's just normally with these scooters they feel really light, and this just it doesn't feel like a light bike when you're on the move, or the steering doesn't. But I don't mind it. Feel just like I'm on something bigger. It's not a bad thing for me, this. Not a bad thing at all. I'm just in awe of that screen though. What a lovely thing to look at when you're riding. Now let's take it down here. I want to try and pick the speed up a little bit. Yeah, see, full throttle. The speed is picking up, but it is taking a while. Yeah, it is noticeably slower than the Sim. It's very comfortable, but you can see the difference. I mean, I've always said the Sims, for me, the performance out of those are just amazing. They are. For me, the Sim scooters always tend to be up there with the best for performance. Now this, it feels smooth, but it isn't quick, not in comparison to the Sim 125s. It's not the slowest bike in the world, that would be unfair, but it does feel noticeably more sluggish than... Oh, engine's cut off on me. But that's because it's got this stop-start technology on it. So yeah, I've always found that to be a bit unnerving on a bike, because if you've ever stalled a bike, yeah, you know what I mean, you kind of panic thinking you've stalled it, but this is just an automatic, so I've not stalled it. It's just doing what it's supposed to, which is save fuel when you stop in traffic. Oh, now there's a lot going on here. Yeah, there's a lot going on the screen. Again, very un-Keeway like. I've just started pressing buttons, and you can change your language on the... What else have we got? You can... Oh, I like that. You can change it from miles per hour to kilometers. Different modes. Oh, traction control settings on and off. I like that. Oh, so there's quite a bit there that you can play around with. Again, very un-Keeway like, but that's the trade-off, I think, for me. If you look at this and compare it to the Sim, which I will say is a much better performing motorcycle or scooter, much better than this, but this has got a lot of tech on it that the Sim hasn't got. So the likes of your ABS and your traction control, and the fact that you can switch it off, and you've got a much better screen on this, and you've got things you can play around with, playing around with your miles per hour, your kilometers, your... Sorry. You've got loads of things there that you can play around with, and that person wanted me to go, which is quite funny because they're looking at me like I'm stupid for not going. The fact that there was cars coming up the inside of them would have meant I'd have gone past them and been splattered, so no, I'm not going to do that, no matter how much you pull your face or wave your arms at me. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot more on this that you can play around with. I like the ease of being able to change from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. I like the fact that you've got some things to play with, because playing with stuff is good. That's what we like. I mean, I do personally, I really like how you can interact with the screen and you can change all the different settings and stuff. All of the extra bits on here just it does kind of set it apart from other bikes around the same price, but there is a trade-off. The performance is not quite as good. You're still going to get 60 miles an hour. It'll just take you a little bit longer. So yeah, I mean, if you're willing to sacrifice performance for maybe the style, because I think the style's good, the colour's lovely, then yeah, this might be the bike for you. I can't really slate it too much. In fact, I can't slate it at all. The only issue I've got with it is it's not quite as fast as the sim that I went on recently, and that, to be honest, is the only negative I've found, because it genuinely is a really nice bike to ride. So if you're interested in one of these, I'll put a link on for Into Moto, who every time I leave the car park and come back, there's been a change of bikes at the front. It's crazy. Anyway, it's good for me, more to ride. So that's going to do me for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't already but you like this kind of video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'm literally will chat with anyone. So if you want to talk about this bike or something else, just drop something in the comments. But for now, I'll catch yous on the next one. Laters.